Alright, what's going on, guys? Nick Vaselli here, owner of Vaselli Visuals, coming at you guys with another video today. This video is going to be the top 5 esports organization branding tips. Basically, it's just going to give you guys everything. This is for org owners, basically. It's going to give you guys exclusive knowledge, branding tips, organization tips, how to present your brand, how to grow your brand, how it's going to help you guys out in the long run, even a little bit tips on running the org. For a little bit background about myself, I used to own organizations. I used to be a player, so I have both side experience. I have the player experience, and I have the organization's experience, so I know exactly what you guys need to grow, from a business standpoint, from a player standpoint, sponsors, investors, and everything else. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, so number one, it's going to be your Twitter. So basically, I'm going to try not to read word for word, but a lot of the things, this is very useful information, so go ahead and read it. But for most organizations, your Twitter is the number one thing that people look at. Like me as a player, when I went to go look at orgs, I would look at their logo. If the logo's decent, I would go to their Twitter. I actually click on their Twitter based on their logo, based on how they're presented to me, and their name too. But it just depends, really, personal preference. So I see the Twitter header, and then I start looking at the COD players' Twitter headers. I'll start looking at the ads that you guys are running, how you guys are running the content and everything, how you guys are, tweeting out these sponsors, how you guys are tweeting things out, how you guys are branding yourselves and trying to establish a brand identity for yourself. And believe it or not, a lot of people look at this. Now some players really don't care too much about the brand identity, but sponsors, investors, other companies, other organizations, they look at this, they judge you by this, and they care about this stuff as well, as should you. So basically, it's just making sure that having your Twitter branded properly and correctly, it plays a huge part in the success and the growth of your company. It's free advertising. It's and it's it has the potential to bring a lot of people to your organization to see what you guys are about. Your Twitter should be, and probably is, your only form of social media. So you gotta make sure that it's the best it can be. Would be brand identity, like I was just talking about, basically establishing a brand identity that helps you guys out. So 100 Thieves in the map design, for example, you guys want to basically have a brand identity that's consistent throughout all of your banners, your ads, something that actually establishes your brand identity. When they come to you, they're like, oh, that's that pattern, that's from this org, you know what I'm saying? Especially Unison, having not really having all the players with the same header, but basically the same identity scheme throughout the entire headers for each division. So the COD team all have the same header, having all your streamers use the same overlay or whatever, this just establishes and builds up a brand identity, because you want everybody to see that everybody that comes to them and sees your players and streamers and staff and everybody, you want them to catch that vibe and catch that representation of the organization, and that is your brand identity in a sense, which actually helps build up trust and helps build up following and engagement. There's a lot of things that people just don't understand, and that's one of the things that we at Vaselli Visuals help you guys understand. And that's the whole point. We offer a free consultation call. That's the whole point, is to give you guys this valuable information. We're not trying to sell you on anything. We're here to help you. Be apparel. Basically just how you brand your apparel. A lot of companies just now are starting to get into streetwear. A lot of companies are starting to shift from just their apparel provider, like Dash Threads or APPAREL Customs. They're shifting from that to sell on their own website, their own streetwear or apparel that they produce themselves, which I think is the greatest thing you could do as an organization. That is the number one thing you could do as an organization, is make that shift and sell on your website, which website we're going to get into after this. But that is the number one thing you could do, because it's a money maker. If you have a brand built up, it's very easy to sell. Your target audience is going to be very easy, and now all that's left is just having a good brand, a good branding ads to actually catch the eye and actually just know what you're selling, to build up trust. Like I said, so here's a good example right there. When I go to a store and I'm looking for a Versace shirt, let's just say, I know what I want. I see it. They don't got to come here and say, hey, you should buy this shirt, blah 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 blah. I see the shirt, I like the shirt, I buy the shirt. So it's how it's presented, really. When you go into a store, how it's set up, something might be in the front. They put things in the front to catch your attention. So when you make an ad, it has to catch your eye, it has to present it the right way to get your attention. People are going to scroll. You need something that's going to stop them from scrolling. Oh, that's pretty fire. Then they're going to come to your Twitter and your website and start learning more about you. And even if they don't buy it, you just got a new supporter, a new fan, a new follower, a new engagement. You see what I'm saying? So next would be website. Having a website, I don't know if your organization has a website or not, but you should have one. If you don't, I'd be really looking into getting one, and we can make a website for you. But nah, what you guys should really look at getting a website. It helps like a lot. It helps like it's basically another Twitter, but a form that you can actually market and scale your website to actually make money for you and reach a new potential that you can't do on Twitter. Like the only thing Twitter will do for you is build up your engagement, get your name out there and establish a form of social media that is your brand essentially online. But with a website, you have more control over it. You have selling power. You have more scaling power. You can advertise. You can market and all this other stuff. So having a website is very important. But also not only having a website that is well branded, well, attention grabbing, well, a good landing page and everything. Is that website, you should have one because it helps grow your brand and it helps establish the brand as well. Last but not least, we have sponsors. So sponsors, basically when I say this, I mean like your energy drinks, your jerky sponsors, your food sponsors, clothing, accessory, grips, controllers, headsets, anything in the world that you might be sponsored by. Make sure that it has an advertisement to go with it. I've seen so many organizations tweet out their code with no advertisement, just a link to their affiliate link. Like, you're gonna stay an affiliate, my friend, the rest of your life if you keep doing that. You got to do something different. You got to establish some type of connection between either building up a fan base or building up a a community within your organization between players, streamers, staff, and all that other stuff. Basically, just make sure everything has a graphic to go with it and a very well branded graphic that grabs your attention. It's all grabbing the attention. You want to get somebody to stop scrolling, but you also want to get them to understand your your branding identity. So see how all the other steps kind of all like fall into play under the one category: brand identity, attention grabber, stop scrolling, make sure it's branded well. If executed the right way, then you should see extreme growth for your organization. So yeah, that's pretty much the video right there. The whole point of this video was just to make I'm pretty sure you all knew everything. And again, you guys are owners. You guys got to be focused on running the company, and you guys got to be focused on all this stuff. That's where we come into play. Working with Maselli Visuals, we would take care of all this stuff for you. We have the knowledge. We know exactly what you guys would need to succeed in a sense. So we cover that headache for you. That's the service that we offer for you. We're a graphic design company specialized in branding, specialized in esports. It's one of our specialties right there, because the knowledge not only that I have, but that I have, that all my staff has, that all the designers have, and everything. We're specialized in esports design, and we can help you guys out greatly. If you guys wanted to book a free consultation call, you can go to masellivisuals.com/book online. The link will be in the description. It doesn't hurt to come get some free information. It doesn't hurt. You guys could learn something, or potentially we will end up working together, and it will actually help you guys out so much more than I can explain here. But we'll leave that for the consultation call, and I hopefully see you guys there. With that being said, it's Nick from Maselli Visuals. Peace.